video on me probably being ridiculous. So I'm always on the hunt for maximising the amount of flavour we can get out of things. So flavour and depth of flavour is one of the hardest things to find and get in a kitchen. It's normally have to throw money at something, or time as in like time as in a clock, not like time as in a herb. So I'm always on that kind of quest. How can we get things easily and cheaply? So I was just gonna this video was just gonna be really about me cooking the rice for my dinner in the water from the chickpeas. It's chickpea curry tonight, so that's the water from the chickpeas which I've got left over. So I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to put it in with the rice. And then I was kind of thinking, well, have we got other things around that we can put into the rice to kind of just nonsense kind of things, like a little bit of this and a little bit of that? What have we got that could just improve the rice no end? I'd be quite happy with plain rice, but for an opportunity to do something, I always kind of think I really should kind of film it. So what I've got is I've got a red onion, which is something that I bought for something else. So we've got a red onion which I've cooked in some chicken fat, which I've got lying around. We've got the cheap rice from the supermarket, so we just need to toast that rice in the chicken fat that we've got in the pan. I'm going to cook enough rice for a few days actually, so I don't have to cook anything. I can just put something in the microwave. So 2 cups of rice in with that chicken fat, and then we'll just toss that around to kind of get that kind of flavour and the rice coated in that fat. The cheap rice from the supermarket, it's all right. It's all right. You just have to kind of treat it in a certain way to kind of get the best out of it. So, but it does cook a little bit uneven, which is slightly disappointing. Now I've got some parsley, which I'm going to put into the chickpea curry to finish it off. I didn't buy any coriander because I need the parsley for something else. So we're going to put parsley in instead of coriander. Coriander wouldn't be nice, but parsley will be just fine because that's for a different kind of project as well. So we've got the stalks from the parsley, so they're going to go in as well. I've just chopped those really small. Just chop them up until we get down to the thicker end of the parsley, which is a bit woody and not kind of that kind of nice. And then, so I've made a bit of a stock kind of quite easily and quite quickly. I have some carrots that I needed. I had some peelings from some carrots. That's hot. So peelings from the carrots, so I've just boiled up those in a little bit of water, and the trimmings from the onion and the larger, thicker stalks from the parsley. So we've just made a simple stock. So if we want to extract as much flavour out of that as possible, what we do is we give it a puree and then pour it through a cloth, and then we'll get as much flavour out of that as possible. But can't be bothered doing that tonight. So you kind of think, well, is it really kind of worth it doing that to that stock, to those vegetables, to make that stock? And you kind of go, in the grand scheme of things, no. But when we're cooking, it's generally 10 little things that we do that make a lot of difference rather than 1 or 2 things that we do. So we've got that stock. Give it a taste. Here. So it's not, you can see it's gone cloudy, so therefore we have got some flavour out of those vegetables. Not loads of flavour, but some flavour, right? So, and you know, that's what it's all about. We're trying to extract as much flavour from things as possible. So those vegetables can be fed to the dog, if I had a dog. And right, so then we need, well, we can put those in. So those go in for extra flavour. So that, oh yeah, that's, I had a bit of preserved lemon from 2 years ago, which I made, I think I did it in lockdown. So that's how long that was ago. So we've got some preserved lemon, which is going to have a little bit of extra flavour as well. So let's stir that in. And then we want 4 cups of liquid to cook the rice. So that's 1 cup of liquid, and then we've got this chickpea water, which you can use to make other things, but we might as well use it to cook the rice, and then we get more flavour. Now, I have tried toasting the rice before, this rice, and it doesn't really kind of quite work. I was kind of thinking what we could do is toast the rice and then you get more flavour out of the rice that way, but it didn't work. The rice wanted to fall to bits, and then I bought some more expensive rice as well, and the same thing happened with that. So we can't toast the rice and get free flavour that way. So, right, up to the bar, I might as well put that in. Yeah, I always do the 2 parts liquid to 1 part rice, and I know there's lots of different ways of doing it. Everyone kind of criticises everyone else for the way they're doing it. I reckon 2 to 1, and I've never had a problem. Behind you, telling me it's eating, it shouldn't really matter. So, right, I want some salt. About that much. So when that comes up to the boil, I'll put some pepper in now, and it can be cooking into it. Really, we should have put the pepper in, toasted it with the rice, shouldn't we? But anyway, that's that. Stir that around, bring up to the boil, and then slow simmer, and then we should have some like pilaf rice-ish. I forgot what pilaf. What's the other one? I forget. To go with the chickpea curry. And all for relatively all extra flavour for not that much money. Right. Let's have a look. So the cheap rice is sticky, so I suppose you can wash it and get rid of some of that stickiness, but I don't mind that if at all honest. So it looks okay. It looks alright. You know, that's lovely. Just those few extra things. So the chickpea water, which I was going to potentially throw away anyway, the vegetable peelings, which are turned into an easy stock, and then an onion and some fat and a what we call it, and a preserved lemon that's been in the fridge for far too long. All improve that no end. So, but if you just had like half a lemon that wasn't preserved, you could just throw that in and that would have worked. You know, any kind of bits of herbs, any kind of bits of vegetables. Say if you had half a carrot, you could put half a carrot in there, a little bit of celery, anything you kind of want. So don't just think that you have to have plain rice. Have a look around, see what you can use. Also, I would kind of say as well, chicken stock cubes. You know, plain rice cooked in chicken stock cubes. Delicious. With a little bit of pepper, a little bit of fat if you've got it, or a little bit of oil. Not vegetable oil, but something with a little bit more flavour, like an olive oil. There you go. So, that's a success. And I'm going to have a delicious tea. And then a cocktail, because it's Saturday night.